Hi sir, I am Diana A. Bago, 22 years of age. I am currently living in Zamboanga Negros Oriental, taking up Bachelor of Technology Education, major in Computer Technology. So now I will answer 5 questions. So the first question is, give me an example of a time you make mistake at work. So the first time I make mistake at work when I was I was the one who was assigned in the counter. I am the one who receive orders and do their billings. Then that time, I accidentally or out of my mind wrote the wrong price in one item in the list. Then afternoon that time, our secretary asked me if I received the um correct total amount of money of that list. Then I am checking on that on the list whether if it is correct or not. Then I found out that I made a mistake. The total was I think the word kulang. Then the day after that, to make that clean, or I mean the mistake I did, so to make that correct, I paid the amount that was not paid by the customer. So that was the first time I do mistake in my work. So the second question is, tell me about the time when you were faced with a challenging situation. How did you solve it? So for me, at my work, I face a challenging situation when I am working in resort. Then I am cleaning the room before leaving. So my out time is 5. So I left in the resort 5 o'clock. Then tomorrow morning, my time in is 11 o'clock. Then I was wondering why they kept on messaging me about the room I've cleaned. So by the time I was going to my work, there I come, I hear that our the owner or my the owner of the resort was upset to me what was I was still in cleaning. So they said she said that it was so embarrassing to the customers or the client that I said I already cleaned it, but it was. So to make that statement clear, um, I talked to the owner, or shall I say sa among amo. I talked to her the morning that time. Then I said, Mom, I totally cleaned it. I totally cleaned the room. Then it was the agay eye from the roof. So it is accident. It's not my fault. It is just nature. So I said, so I I am talking to mom. Then I said that it was a nature accident. It's not my fault because I already cleaned that. So my my amo said that she understand. So to make myself relief from that, oh, I said I think was my fault. Then I talked to her to make me relief. That was the that was the I think the challenging situation I feel because I am afraid in working because of that. So the third question is, what was the first job ever had? Do you remember how you adapted and learned the ropes? So the first job I was in is doing the beddings in the bed. Then to make it honest, I was not in my high school year. I was not involved in making making design on the bed, so it feel it difficult on me. So to make it easier for me, I kept on rehearsing, kept on practicing. So our manager, the one who teach us how to make the beddings on the bed. So I'm always asking her how to make that, how to make the pillow, how to make the towels, how to make design on towels, how was the beddings going on, like that. So I keep on asking and I keep on doing it in order for me to make it easy when I was when the time where shall I say, ako na lang ang mag-perform sa bidding. So that was the first job I remember that I was into in the first work I had. So the fourth question is, how do you adapt the sudden changes in the workplace? Could you give me an example? So, how will I adapt the sudden changes? Um, if I was not mistaken, the sudden changes in my workplace was about the pricing of the product. Then it was the workers in the bar was um, shifting. So shall we say MWF, like that. So I was not working two days ago. I think. Then by the time I was working, I was confused why was the pricing of the product was changed. So when the time when there was a visitor or the client or the guest, so to make that formal, I wrote the price visible whenever I ask a new price, I wrote it in the paper, then face it on the wall, so that I will not ask again to my coworkers. That was the first. That was the changes I encountered in the workplace. Then there was also the rates, room rates. They changed the room rates. So how do I adapt in that? I kept on reading on the guidelines. The guideline they did was already changed. The price was already changed. So I kept on reading on that guideline. So whenever any guest or visitor will come into the resort, then then ako ang matungnan. So I have the idea on what was the price of that room, what's the price of that other room, like that. So the last question is, have you ever had to work under a tight deadline? Yes, I always had to work under a tight deadline. Um, that was the first. That was I will say thank you to the owner of the resort, because she always understand us. When there was a situation that I am a working student, so I am studying while I'm working. So I asked her if it's okay that I will attend the class while I'm cleaning. Then my boss said that it's okay because she knows that I am studying. So that's a relief for me that I can work while I am studying. So that was the thing that I was so thankful to her. She accept me whether she accept me even I am studying. So that's all. Thank you.